there, welcome to this video on how do I price an online course. I wanted to touch on this in a little bit of a different perspective than what you might have heard out there. Now, everyone is going to be different, but I want to talk about this from the lens of a beta course, one that you're just kind of testing and getting some feedback on, and a full-scale launch. So if you're talking about a beta course, my suggestion is to target this at a range of $50 to $100. Now, why do I say 50 to 100? Is because your goal is just to give this product and get it out to as many people as possible. Because the reason is the more people that should buy it at an early stage, it sort of sets you up for a bigger launch. Also, when you get it out to people earlier and get it out to more people, it helps you validate your product idea. And it helps you validate that there is a demand for this course. And what I'd like to say is, $100, $50 to $100 is reasonable for most people. If you think about consumer behavior and the psychology of buying, we all have our own threshold around price and a ceiling. So $50 to $100 is reasonable given that the cost of an Amazon Prime membership, or it's the cost of, Netflix over a year, and you're investing in a product to get some ideas and you're getting valuable feedback. And it's a reasonable investment for a course that you'll have a 3x value for. And that's really the important positioning that I will talk about in another video, because it's really all about psychology and how your audiences are thinking. And there's some strategies in terms of our own mindset and our own behaviors that will help as well. But the bottom line is the beta course is really just a test. It's not a full-scale production. It's not the most fleshed out. It doesn't have the fancy workbooks and fill in the blank worksheets. But it's really just, for people to sort of get some feedback and to try out your product. Now, I want to talk about, once you get that beta course and you get the sales from there, you can use that to invest in building out a bigger product and a builder launch. Now, here's where I'm going to differ, and this is based on some recent experience with a engineering group that I had consulted for, where they also found that though they have a very strong demand for their courses and for their content, people even in the engineering space are less likely to want to spend $1,500 than $500. So if we're looking at that as a comparison, as an engineering group that has a lot of members, that has an audience that's kind of built up and warm and knows and is familiar with them for a long time, but they still respond better to smaller courses instead of premium courses products. So I'd like to advocate that for you, especially if you're new to sales and online sales and copy and psychology and persuasion, it will be easier for you personally and to start out, build your business and expand it, to be able to sell a series of mini courses. So this is where I say, some big premium products that are $1,500 may have 5 or 6 modules or lessons or chapters, but I'm advocating and asking you to consider making smaller courses. A couple advantages is that this will help you build faster. This will help you see what the demand is. And 3, it will make it easier for you to package your courses and to sell them as a bundle instead of selling one course product at a cost of $1,500. And again, this goes back to the psychology of humans and our behavior around prices. We each have a threshold of what we're willing to pay for. And so you want to consider whether your audience is willing to pay for a premium product of $1,500 or a smaller product. And though this is where I would consider surveying your audience and asking them, would they pay $1,500 or would they pay $500? Because at $1,500, you'll get a lot of sales all at once, but then you're going to have to think about afterwards, how do you continue to offer more value and more products to your audience? And remember this, if completion rates are important to you, then selling a smaller course will be easier if that's important, because more people can complete shorter courses than bigger courses. The reason is that we have short attention spans and we're very busy people, and so it's easier to complete a smaller course than it is to complete a bigger course. I hope that helps. Leave me a question or comment if you have any thoughts.